Thing I'm going to do, it suggests freezing your butter. If it's been in there for a day, just take the grater and run your butter on it. All grated up. I'm going to throw it back in the freezer while I get other stuff together.
Hey y'all, this is Marie from our Okie Homestead. I don't guess I got enough of the holidays because I still got my tree up. I was wondering if there was anybody else out there that didn't get enough pumpkin through the holidays. I come across a recipe after the holidays and I wanted to really try it. It's pumpkin scones. Now, all I have are the big cans of the Libby's pumpkin. Well, that makes 2 pumpkin pies, and I only need like 1/3 of a cup for my scone recipe. So that leaves a whole bunch of pumpkin left over. So I'm going to go ahead and make a pumpkin pie too while I'm at it. I have excess of pumpkin, the canned pumpkin, and it's the big cans that makes like 2 pies. So I'm thinking, I know it's enough to last. I mean, I can cook with it now and then still have enough for Thanksgiving and Christmas this year, since we're 2025 now, y'all. I've made a couple new designs for shirts. Those are in the spring shop if y'all want to go check that out. I'd like some input, honestly. So I'm setting stuff out, and I had thought about going live and put my laptop in here, and then I thought, oh, I'd be on live for like 3 hours, and then somebody might still want the video of just making what I'm making. Here's the recipe for the classic pumpkin scones that I'm going to try. I've done scones before. It's been a couple years. I went in on Google and looked, and this place right here, there's the web address where I got this recipe from. It's really neat website to go check out and see if there's some recipes on there you might be interested in. And I'm going to slowly scan the page, so if you want to write it down, I'll just go down here slow. Oh, I still got to get the maple syrup out and preheat my oven. So there's this first page of instructions. And you could also go on, since I gave you the web address, you could also go on there and see it for yourself and print it out like I did. I'm very, very excited to try this maple glaze, though, I'll tell you that. So that's all the instructions for the scones. 2:30 in the afternoon, and my voice is going hoarse. No more talking than what I have done. This is all the talking I've done today, y'all. It's like it takes extra energy to be able to talk like this, too. And it doesn't always do this. It just does this when I'm not feeling that great. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get these scones made. And I hope y'all enjoy the recipe. Two cups of flour. And since I already have, it's not all purpose, it is self-rising, I don't need the baking powder. A teaspoon of cinnamon. Oops, gonna have a little extra, oh well. And 1.5 teaspoons pumpkin pie spice. Which has cinnamon in it, so it's definitely gonna be more cinnamon. I'm just going to guesstimate on the salt. I'll mix this up. Now I add the grated butter. Ooh, it's all frozen in there. I'll take this pastry blender. Start kind of mixing it around it. That's why you go ahead and grate that butter while it's frozen. You see how fast that's coming together? If I was having to sit here and work with those bigger chunks of butter, if it wasn't frozen, it wouldn't mix as nice as this. At this point, we'll set that aside. Okay, the recipe talks about blotting the pumpkin because it being so wet, but I'm not really seeing anything to try to blot. And sitting there for a little while, I'll put it in there, let it sit just to see, but that's not so far. I mean, you can tell it's moist for sure. I'm fixing to add the pumpkin, heavy cream, the egg. I'll mix this up. Pumpkin. And brown sugar. Vanilla. Okay, now this part's mixed. I get to add it to the flour part. And make sure everything's mixed in there. Drizzle over it and like start mixing it in as you're drizzling it over the flour mixture. It says keep mixing until all the dry is gone. Okay, see how it got all mixed up and it's all wet looking now? Moistened. I need to get it into a ball with flour all over my hands onto a floured surface, and now I got to get my hands in the mess. It kind of together, which I like my scones real floury. The flour taste. I don't like them tasting like muffins. So, okay, I got it kind of in a ball shape, but now I definitely got to go with my hands. I'll start out by just kind of sprinkling it on it. Sprinkle some around the edge of it where we'll be trying to pick it up. That's why I put that flour around the edge of it, so I can kind of work it up underneath it. There we go. Got a nice ball now. This out. Flour on my other hand. Now it said to make the smaller scones that I want to make, that I need to split this in half. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and split it. Like I said, I like my scones floury, so I like all the extra flour. And it says put it out in like a 5-inch disc shape.
Mine's probably a little bit bigger than that. Okay. Get back together. Let's try to separate some. Probably should have floured my knife. Probably smarter to use a butter knife. You cut it like a pie. Into little wedges. It says to put them on 2 separate pans. I don't think they're going to swell up that much. It says to space them out, so I'm going to see this one, put it back here in this corner. And that one go there. And that one there. There's plenty of space on this cookie sheet. It's a big one. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. And it's not like I have to lay them out in any certain shape. Honestly, I think that works. Guess we'll find out. So I need to get some more of the heavy whipping cream and brush the pastry. It says take some heavy whipping cream and brush the tops. So that's what I'm going to do. Place them 2 inches apart. So this is probably a mistake trying to do it all on one pan. I'll just cut them back apart if they bake together. I mean, I'm not fancy schmancy. You need to make them like a deli or something, I don't guess. I mean, we're just going to eat them. They wouldn't even have to be pretty to eat them as long as they taste good. Now, it says coarse sugar. I don't have coarse sugar, so I'm just going to sprinkle sugar on the top of them and be done with it. Honestly, you wouldn't even have to do that part since we're putting a glaze on them. So in the oven they go for 20 to 25 minutes. The smaller is 18 to 20 is what it says. And it wanted them on the lower shelf, so that's where they're going. Set our timer. There, 20 minutes. Alright, next is the glaze, which is 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/3 cup pure maple syrup, and a cup of confectioner's sugar. I've got this measured out. I just got to measure out the sugar. Throw the butter in there and get the syrup in there. confectioner's sugar with 2 tablespoons of butter and 1/3 cup maple syrup. Small saucepan, low heat. Oops, I guess I should have read the instructions first. You're supposed to melt the butter with the syrup and then add the sugar once you remove it from the heat. I've already thrown everything in here. I guess I gotta make sure and keep it stirred. See, that butter still has to melt. I got the scones already pulled out of the oven sitting here. Oh, come on, butter, melt, melt, melt. We've almost got it melted. Okay, it must be melted because I don't even see the piece of butter now. So I can turn the heat off. It says drizzle, so drizzle, drizzle. That's a lot of glaze for this many scones. So I'm just going to spread it on them. So I sure got plenty. Yum, yum. Moist, huh?
Y'all have a good one.